It was my birthday. 68. A letter from the lawyer said our house was no longer mine left to a nephew. I didn't know. In the basement, I found a blue notebook that changed everything. This is the story of what I discovered and the decision I had to make. The letters waiting for me on the kitchen counter. Coffee stains make rings around it like tree marks. My birthday was yesterday, but the party ended early. Neighbors went home. The house feels way too big now. I pick up the envelope carefully, scared I might tear it. Mrs. Helena Morrison, written in handwriting I don't recognize. I open it slowly. It's from the probate lawyer. About inheritance, about a will, about a house that isn't mine anymore. I read it twice, then 3 times. The words dance on the page. My husband left our house to his nephew, but Charles didn't have a nephew. I knew his whole family. It was just us two, 43 years together. He died 6 months ago. I still smell his morning coffee brewing. Still leave his mug on the dish drainer. Now some stranger's gonna live here. Do I have to move out? My throat gets tight. I walk down the creaky stairs real slow. The handrails loose. Always told him to fix it. Now it's too late. The basement smells like old wood. Boxers everywhere. Stuff we never had the heart to throw away. I'm looking for documents. Maybe there's something down here. In the corner, there's a shoebox. Inside, yellowed envelopes. Letters. Lots of letters. Charles's handwriting. But they're not for me. They're for someone named Michael. My dear son, says the first line. Old letters. My heart stops. Son? What son? I sit on the cold floor. The letters shake in my hands. 20 years of mail back and forth. 20 years of a life I didn't know about. Michael was born before we got married. His mom disappeared when the kid was 5. Charles supported the boy quietly, paid for private school, paid for doctors, paid for everything, and never told me. 43 years of lies, or 43 years of protecting me. I don't know anything anymore. I read the letters till the sun comes up through the basement window. Michael grew up far away in Boston, studied engineering at MIT, worked in Seattle, got married, had twin boys. Charles followed it all through letters, sent checks every month. Photos of grandkids I never saw. The little boy became a man. The man became a father. And there I was, right next to Charles, making apple pie for 2, talking about Thanksgiving plans, planning trips to Cape Cod we never took. Was it all fake? Was it real? My head hurts like when I read too long without my glasses. I go upstairs to the kitchen, make coffee in the Mr. Coffee we got as a wedding gift. Tastes different today. Everything's different. I grab the wall phone, call my sister Alice. Alice, I need to talk to you. She hears something in my voice. What happened? Helena. She gets here in 30 minutes with Dunkin' Donuts and worry all over her face. I tell her everything. Show her the letters. Show her the will. She stays quiet, stirring sugar in her coffee without stopping. Then she takes my hand. Charles loved you, Helena. I know that much. I cry for the first time since I opened that envelope. She hugs me with that Estee Lauder perfume she's worn for 30 years. But what now? Where am I gonna live? Alice thinks, biting her lip like she did when we were kids back in Connecticut. Let's go to the law office. Let's talk to this, Michael. Let's figure out what's really going on here. She's right. I'm gonna fight. This house is mine, too. I planted those hydrangeas out front, painted the living room walls 3 times till I got the color right. Picked out every piece of furniture at Pottery Barn, real careful. I'm not leaving without answers. I take a bath in the clawfoot tub we redid together. Put on my navy blue blouse from Talbot's that Charles liked. Wanna show I've got class, that I've got rights, that I'm not invisible. The lawyer's office is on Main Street. I drive past CVS, past the bank. Everyone waves at me with pity in their eyes. They already know. Small town news travels fast. What kind of story is this whole mess gonna turn into? The office smells like leather and reheated coffee. Beige carpet, dark wood furniture, framed diplomas everywhere. Lawyer Henderson shakes my hand firm. Mrs. Morrison, so sorry for your loss. I sit in the leather chair that squeaks when I move. Show him the letters I found. How come he never told me about Michael? Henderson sighs, takes off his glasses, cleans them with a tissue. Your husband came to see me in January after he got the diagnosis, wanted to get all his affairs in order. I swallowed hard. January, he already knew he was dying and didn't tell me. How many more secrets? What about me? Didn't he have affairs to settle with me? Henderson shakes his head slow. He did, but different ones. Opens his desk drawer, pulls out a sealed envelope with old-fashioned wax seal, formal looking. He asked me to give you this only after you got the official will. Sealed envelope with wax. My fingers shake on the red wax. It's Charles's handwriting for my dear Helena. I open it right there, in front of Henderson, who pretends to look at papers. My love, if you're reading this, you know about Michael now. Sorry, I never told you before. I was scared of losing you. The boy needed a father. You deserved a husband who was all there. Thought I could be both without mixing things up. I was wrong. I stop reading. Need air. Henderson offers me water in a paper cup. I take a sip, keep going. Michael's a good kid. Became a good man. Deserves the house where he would have grown up if I'd been braver. You deserve the truth I hid. Don't fight each other. Share it. There's enough love for both of you. I finish the letter with tears messing up the ink. Henderson talks quiet. He struggled with this decision. Mrs. Morrison came here 4 times, changed the will 3 times. In the end, he picked what felt most fair. Fair? The word hurts, like when you bite your tongue by accident. Where was fair when I washed Charles's work shirts for 40 years? When I made chicken soup on sick days? When I held his hand at Mount Sinai Hospital? I leave the office feeling dizzy. Main Street looks smaller. People stare at me different. Or maybe I'm looking at them different. There's a question hammering in my head. Am I gonna meet this Michael? I drive the Honda Civic home real slow. like one of those old ladies I always complained about in traffic. Alice is waiting on the porch, rocking in the chair Charles made with his own hands. So I tell her about Henderson, about the letter. She listens without interrupting, same way she did when we were kids, and I'd tell her about boys at school. You gonna call him? She asked. When I'm done, I look at the business card Henderson gave me. Michael Thompson, civil engineer, address in Seattle, work and home phone numbers, my last name hyphenated with his mom's name, like he's real family. How weird is that? I don't know if I'm brave enough. Alice stands up, takes my hand with her nails, always perfect, from Kathy's salon. Helena, you both lost the same person. Maybe you need to talk. She's right. She always is. I go inside, sit at the kitchen table where I always paid bills, pick up the phone, dial the numbers 3 times, hang up 3 times, 4th time, a man's voice answers. Thompson Engineering, Michael speaking. Deep voice. Sounds like Charles when he had a cold. Hi, ... Are you Michael? Pause. Who's asking? My voice comes out thin like fishing line. I'm Helena, Charles's wife. Long silence. Then a heavy sigh. Mrs. Helena, my dad talked about you all the time. Don't know what to say, Dad. The word echoes strange. He keeps going. You heard about the will? I say yes. You mad at me. I think about it. Confused. He laughs without happiness. Sound I recognize. Me too. Can I come talk to you? Got some questions. We set it up for Saturday. He's flying in, gonna stay at the Hampton Inn on Route 1. I don't offer the guest room. Can't handle that yet. The days drag like molasses. Clean the house twice. Buy Pepperidge Farm cookies. Make apple pie from my mom's recipe. Like he's normal company from the Midwest, but he's not normal company. He's the new owner of my house. Saturday it rains, one of those New England fall rains that makes you want hot chocolate. He shows up mid-afternoon driving a rented Toyota Prius. Tall, skinny, gray hair at the temples, green eyes like Charles. Smile I don't recognize. Must be from his mom. Wonder what she was like. What story's this conversation gonna tell? Michael walks up the porch, steps slow, looking at everything careful. Mrs. Helena shakes my hand, firm, like someone who works with his hands. Michael, we go through the front door I never use, just for important company. Serve coffee in the living room. He sits on the couch where Charles watched football Sunday afternoons. Looks around with respectful curiosity. It's just like the photos my dad sent. Photos. What photos? He pulls out his worn leather wallet, shows me a Polaroid from last Christmas. I'm wearing that ugly red sweater with the reindeer that he hated. Charles has his fake photo smile, like always. He sent you this. My voice goes higher than I meant. Michael nods. Sent pictures of the house, the garden, you two together. Said you guys were happy. Faded Christmas photo. I cry again. Tears dropping on my grandma's china saucer. He waits patient, stirs sugar in his coffee without making noise. Mrs. Helena, I didn't come to take your house. I came to understand why my dad did this. We drink coffee in uncomfortable, quiet Then he tells me his story. His mom, who disappeared when he was 5. Debbie was too young, got scared of the responsibility. Years at boarding school in Massachusetts. Letters from his dad every month with a check and not many words. He paid for everything, but never came to visit. Never took me fishing or to baseball games. He was like a ghost who took care of me. I get his pain. It's like mine, just different. He grew up knowing Charles as an absent father. I lived with Charles as a present husband who hit a son. You got family? I ask. He smiles for the first time, expression that lights up his tired face. Got a wife, Jennifer, twin boys, Jake and Josh. They're 8. While I'm here, pulls out his phone, shows me pictures of identical boys with their mom's blonde hair and their grandpa's green eyes. One boy holds a baseball bat, the other hugs a golden retriever. Normal American life. Normal American family that I never gave Charles. They know about their grandpa? Michael shakes his head. No, he died. Don't know about the inheritance yet. Want to understand everything first. We spend the afternoon talking about Charles. Find out we knew the same man, just different versions. He tells me about the dad who wrote formal letters, sent expensive birthday gifts, never called. I tell him about the husband who made pancakes on Saturday, fixed broken things, was scared to fly. When Michael leaves, promises to come back tomorrow with Jennifer. Wants her to see the house. Want them to decide together what to do. That night I read Charles's letters to Michael again, with different eyes now. He talked about me in those letters like we were all family, just separated. Helena made pot roast today, just like your grandma used to. Helena's worried about my cough, says I work too much. Helena planted tulips in the garden. House looks beautiful in spring. He included me in Michael's life without Michael knowing, and left me out of Michael's life without me knowing. What a complicated man my husband was. Sunday, Michael comes back with Jennifer, blonde, friendly, brings homemade brownies in a Tupperware container. Michael told me so much about you. They left the twins with a babysitter in Seattle. Maybe next time? She says with southern politeness. I show them the whole house. The bedroom where Charles died looking out at the garden. The kitchen where I cooked 3 meals a day for 40 years. The office where he paid bills and wrote letters to the son he hid from me. Michael touches things careful, like they're sacred relics. In the backyard, he stops at the apple tree we planted our first year married. My dad said he had an apple tree at his house. I smile for the first time in days. He'd climb up there every fall to pick apples, even after 60 with his bad back. Michael laughs, real sound. I can picture him climbing the tree, climbing and complaining about his joints after we laughed together for the first time. Jennifer watches with quiet approval. Afternoon, we sit on the porch with iced tea. Michael gets serious. Mrs. Helena, I don't want you to leave the house. I look at him surprised. But the will, ... double, quotes. He shakes his head. Will can be changed. Or we find another way. Jennifer agrees. This is your house too? Your 40 years here means something. I feel huge relief, like weight lifted off my shoulders. You'd live here. Michael thinks. Maybe summer vacations, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Seattle's too far to move. porch with wicker chairs. We come up with an idea. House has 4 bedrooms. I keep the master and 1 guest room. They get the other 2 when they visit. Rest of the time, house stays mine. What if I get sick? Need help? Jennifer takes my hand. We'll take care of you. Family takes care of family. Family. The word warms me up inside. Monday we go to Henderson's office together. Michael wants to make a legal deal. Put the house in both our names, but with specific rights. He pays taxes and repairs. I keep the house lived in and cared for. Henderson explains about life estate and remainder interest. Complicated words for simple idea. Share without separating. Afternoon, we eat lunch at the Main Street restaurant. The waitress knows Michael from photos I showed years ago, thinking he was some distant nephew. Just like Charles, she says Michael gets embarrassed. Jennifer laughs. Everyone says that the owner, Mrs. Patterson, tells stories about young Charles back when he was single and flirted with waitresses. After he married Helena, he became a different man, settled down. Happy. Michael looks at me. You were good for my dad. I think so too, but now I understand he was good for other people too, in his own way. End of the week, Michael and Jennifer go back to Seattle. Gonna talk to the boys about their new grandma. Gonna plan their first family visit. I'm alone again, but it's different alone. Lighter, with hope hanging like clothes on a line. I fix up the room that'll be theirs. Buy new sheets at Bed Bath & Beyond. Plants for the window. Toys for the grandsons. I'm gonna meet. Alice comes to help. You happy? She asks, folding towels. I think before answering, I'm at peace. That's different from happy. Peace lasts longer. Hatsu desu. Forgives easier. End of the month. They call. Coming for Memorial Day weekend. First official visit. Bringing the boys this time. They're excited to meet Grandma Helena. Jennifer tells me, Grandma? The word rolls around my mouth like a mint. Sweet, fresh, new. I buy cookie ingredients. Fill the fridge with apple juice. Take down the formal photos from the living room. Leave just casual ones. Want them to feel at home. Because now it's their home too. Jake and Josh arrive like little blonde tornadoes. Identical, except Jake's got a small scar on his forehead from falling off his bike. Josh wears round glasses that make him look like mini Harry Potter. Both stop in front of the apple tree. This where Grandpa used to climb. Jake asks, can we climb too? Josh adds, Michael gets nervous. Be careful, boys. Trees old. I laugh. Let them. Kids gotta climb trees. Kids climbing the tree, they climb like squirrels, fearless. From the highest branch, Josh yells, I can see the whole house from here. Jake waves at us like he's in a parade. Jennifer films everything on her iPhone for the friends at school. That night, we make s'mores in the fire pit Charles built but never used. Boys tell stories about school, friends, their dog Buddy who stayed in Seattle with neighbors. Josh asks me, Grandma, Helena, did you know our grandpa when he was young? No, sweetie. He was already grown up when we met. Was he nice? Jake? wants to know. I think about how to answer. He was kind, took care of people in his own way. Michael looks at me, grateful, didn't tell them about secrets, about pain. Kids deserve simple stories about grandpas who love them. Memorial Day, we go to Pine Hill Cemetery, where Charles is buried. I bring fresh flowers from the garden. Boys stand respectfully quiet in front of the headstone. Charles Morrison. Husband, father, friend. Michael had father added after everything got worked out. Jake asks real quiet, "Can he hear us?" "I think so," I answer. Then, "Hi, Grandpa." Josh says to the stone, "We climbed your tree." We cry a little, laugh a little. That's how it should be. When they leave at the end of the weekend, the house goes quiet but not empty. There's echo of kid laughter in the hallways, small footprints in the garden, milk glasses forgotten on the kitchen counter, life continuing. Alice comes for dinner. How was it? Better than I hoped. I tell her about the boys, how normal and happy they are, how Michael's trying to be the dad Charles couldn't be for him. And you, how's it feel being a grandma? I smile. Natural, like I always was one. We spend the summer getting ready for the big visit. 2 weeks in July when they come for vacation, Michael wants to show the boys Boston, Fenway Park, the Freedom Trail. Jennifer wants to check out antique shops around here. I just want to cook for a real family. We redo the upstairs bathroom, paint the bedroom's colors the kids picked over. Blue for Jake, green for Josh. Jennifer staying in the flowery guest room, Michael staying in the office we turned into a simple man's room. House, getting ready to live again. Early July, they arrive with 2 big suitcases and a rented van full of toys, books, clothes for 2 weeks. We brought half of Seattle Michael jokes. First time I see him really relaxed since we met. Kids run to their rooms like they always lived here. "Grandma, can I hang my Red Sox poster?" Jake asks. "Sure, honey. It's your room now." Your room. Words come out easy. True. This isn't just my house alone anymore. It's our house. And for the first time in 6 months, that feels right. The 2 weeks go by like a movie on fast forward. Mornings with pancakes and Rio Vermont maple syrup. Afternoons at Cape Cod beaches, building sandcastles that Jake designs and Josh decorates. Jennifer and I talk about recipes, about raising kids I never had but now help take care of long distance. Michael fixes the leaky gutter, changes burnt-out bulbs, does repairs Charles left hanging. Dad was always better with words than tools, he says, fighting with a stubborn hinge. He tried. I defended, but hated asking for help. I got that from him too. We laugh about inherited stubbornness. Family at the beach one afternoon, I find Michael looking at the old letters in the office. "Can I read some more?" I hesitate, then say yes. He reads quiet, sometimes smiling, sometimes frowning. He talked about you in every one. He says, wrote about our life like you were a part of it. Maybe I just didn't know it. Michael folds the letters careful. "Mrs. Helena, can I call you Mom?" The question catches me off guard. Tears come without warning. "If you want to, I want to." Never had a real mom. Debbie disappeared too early. And I never had a son. Seems fair. We hug awkward at first, then warm. 40 years late, but real. Last day of vacation, we have a backyard barbecue. Alice comes with her new boyfriend, George, who she met at Bridge Club. Neighbors stop by to meet. Helena's family that appeared out of nowhere. Mrs. Kowalski brings homemade pierogi. Mr. Martinez offers tomatoes from his garden. Jake and Josh become local celebrities, Helena's grandsons that everyone wants to meet. You coming back soon? Mrs. Patterson asked for Thanksgiving. Jennifer answers, and Christmas. Josh adds, maybe Easter too, Jake throws in. The whole neighborhood's satisfied. They like happy endings much as I do. When they leave, I cry at the airport like a real grandma. Drive safe. Call when you get home. Michael hugs me tight. Thanks for giving us a family. Mom. Mom. Still sounds strange, but good. I drive home slow, tasting the word. Mom. At 68, grandma to twin troublemakers. Housewife who became a matriarch. The house welcomes me with leftover chocolate cake smell we made that morning. Empty rooms, but not abandoned. Garden with new toys the boys left on purpose. For next time. Grandma. Alice calls that night. So, how was it? Perfect? Exhausting? Wonderful? You changed, Helena. Got different energy. She's right. I'm not the lonely widow with a house too big anymore. I'm Grandma Helena with scattered family who gets together for holidays. I'm Michael's mom who found a son in her 40s. I'm the Helena that Charles loved but didn't know completely. And that's okay now. Fall comes with golden leaves and Thanksgiving plans. Michael calls every week now. How you feeling, Mom? Mom gets more natural each time. I tell him about the garden, about Alice and George getting engaged in spring, about cookies. I'm learning to make to mail to Seattle. The boys are excited to come back, he tells me. Jake wants to help make the turkey. Josh wants to decorate the whole house. Jennifer gets on the phone. Helena, can I bring my sister Kate and her family? They always spend Thanksgiving alone. Of course. How many people? Her husband Brad and their daughter Emma. Emma's 9. She loved playing with the twins. Our first big family holiday. 15 people. I buy an extension table at the churchyard sale. Extra silverware at the antique shop. Tablecloths that match. Alice offers to make stuffing and cranberry sauce. Gonna be like those American family movies, she jokes. Except real this time. Thanksgiving preparations a week before Thanksgiving. I get a surprise call. Mrs. Helena. This is Debbie Walsh. The voice is hesitant, nervous. Debbie, Michael's mom. Charles's old girlfriend. My world stuff. The mom who disappeared. The woman from old photos. Hi. Michael called me, told me about you all, about the family, wanted to say sorry. I sit hard in the kitchen chair. Sorry for what? For abandoning Michael, for leaving Charles to raise our son alone. For ... everything. Her voice breaks. She's crying. I was so young. 19. I got scared. Don't know what to say. Part of me wants to be kind. Part wants to yell at her for hurting my boy, my husband, my family I didn't know existed. Where you been all these years? California, got married, had other kids. Never told anyone about Michael. Long pause. He said you're a wonderful mom to him now. I cry without warning. He's a wonderful son. Can I meet my grandkids someday? The question surprises me. Is it my decision? Michael's? The boys? The boys? You need to talk to Michael about that. He said only if you agreed. I understand. I'm the matriarch now. Decision goes through me. Debbie, you hurt a lot of people. But everyone deserves second chances. If Michael wants it, I'll support it. She cries harder. Thank you. Thank you for taking care of my boy. We hang up. I sit in the kitchen till dark, thinking in circles. Families are complicated. Forgiveness is hard. Love is stronger than pain, but takes longer to show up. I call Michael. Tell him about the call. He stays quiet for a long time. What do you think? Mom, I think it's your choice, but you don't have to decide now. Could she come for Thanksgiving? Michael, kidding. Way too soon for that. We laugh nervous, but maybe someday? Maybe. Thanksgiving Day, I wake up at 5 to put the turkey in the oven. House is gonna smell like sage and butter all day. Alice comes early to help. George brings flowers and wine for the hostess, he says with 70-year-old charm who found love again. By 2 o'clock, house is full of life and noise. Jake and Josh show Emma all the house secrets. Kate and Jennifer set the table. Brad and Michael watch football on TV like American men do on Thanksgiving. I run everything from the kitchen like matriarchs do. Dinner time. Michael makes the traditional gratitude speech. This year, we're thankful for a family that found each other, for second chances, for love that goes beyond secrets. We raise our glasses. To family. We all shout. But the real surprise comes after dessert. Michael calls me to the office. Has an envelope in his hand. Came in the mail yesterday. Didn't open it. It's for you. The envelope's from Debbie. Inside, an old photo. Young Charles, young Debbie, baby Michael. On the back, written in shaky handwriting, for Helena. Thank you for finishing what I couldn't start. The family Charles always wanted. Debbie. I look at the photo for a long time. Charles looks happy but scared. Too young to be a dad. Debbie looks like a child holding another child. Ando Michael looks just like my grandsons now. The circle closed in a strange way, but it closed. It's Christmas Eve. The house sparkles with lights, the boys hung with no system at all. The trees crooked, ornaments are all wrong sizes. The angel on top is falling over. It's perfect. Michael and Jennifer got here yesterday with too many presents and tight hugs. Merry Christmas, Mom, Michael says every time he sees me, like he's still getting used to the word. Jake and Josh are at peak Christmas excitement. Woke up at 5 asking if they could open presents yet. After breakfast, I say with grandma authority, even though I've been on the job less than a year. Crooked Christmas tree Alice and George come for lunch. She brings stuffing and gossip from Bridge Club. Margaret said you look 10 years younger. It's the grandkid effect, I answer, serving homemade eggnog. During the afternoon, Michael finds me in the kitchen where I'm prepping the glazed ham for tomorrow. Mom, Debbie called again. I stopped mixing glaze. Yeah, wants to send Christmas presents for the boys. Asked if she could. I look out the window where Jake and Josh are playing in snow with Emma, who stayed a few extra days. 3 happy kids who don't know anything about an absent grandma trying to make up for lost time. What do you want to do? Don't know. Part of Mez still mad. Part feels sorry for her. I get it. Forgiveness doesn't come all at once. Comes in pieces like snow that builds up till it covers everything. How about we start slow? Let her send the presents. If the boys ask, you explain they got a grandma in California who's learning to be part of the family. Michael agrees. Slow is good. That night, after traditional dinner with crown roast and mashed potatoes, we sit in the living room, opening presents. Jake gets the microscope he wanted for months. Josh gets magic tree house books. Emma gets an art set that makes her scream with joy. Jennifer gives me a pearl necklace that belonged to her grandma for the new family matriarch, she says with love. Michael hands me a small box. Inside, a gold key. It's to the house, he explains. Official? Your name's on the deed now, too. I cry, of course. Always cry at important moments. George takes pictures of all of us around the crooked tree. For the family album, he announces, family, the word doesn't feel strange anymore. Natural as breathing now. When everyone goes to bed, I stay a little longer in the living room, watching lights blink on the crooked tree. Think about Charles. How happy he'd be seeing all this. House full of people, grandkids running through hallways, the family he always wanted but never knew how to build. Blinking Christmas lights, Alice appears in her bathrobe. Can't sleep from all the excitement. You're thinking about him. Always think about him at Christmas. Think he'd approve. I look around. Living room has toys scattered everywhere. Hot chocolate mugs on the coffee table. Blankets thrown on the couch where kids watched the Polar Express 3 times in a row. Think he'd be emotional seeing so much life here. And you happy. The question Alice always asks, that now has a different answer. I'm complete. That's it. Not just happy, complete. Like all the pieces finally fit. The house that was too big for one person is now cozy for a family. The heart that had empty spaces is now full of kid laughter and adult conversations and plans for the future. The life that seemed over at 68 was really just starting a new chapter. Christmas morning, I wake up to cinnamon roll smells that Jennifer made as a surprise and sounds of kids running downstairs. Grandma, Helena, Santa came. Josh yells from the bottom of the stairs. I come down in my bathrobe and slippers. Hair messy, no makeup, a real grandma. In the living room, I find my new family around the crooked tree. Michael taking pictures of everything. Jennifer handing out presents. Kids tearing paper without patience. Alice and George watching with smiles of people who've lived through many Christmases and know how to value the special ones. And me, I sit in the chair that used to be just mine and is now Grandma Helena's throne. Look around to memorize this moment, because I learned that family isn't just who you're born with, it's who chooses to stay. It's who shows up when you don't expect them. It's who turns a house into a home and silence into laughter. Charles might have kept secrets, but he also kept enough love to build this and me. I learned it's never too late to be a mom. Never too late to be a grandma. Never too late to find out your heart has more rooms than you thought. Merry Christmas, family, I say out loud, and the words echo in the room full of light and love. Family. Finally, family. It's been 2 years since Michael showed up in my life. 2 years since I found out Charles had more love than I ever knew about. And that I did too. I wake up early to make cake. Anniversary of our new family. Michael's coming with Claudia and all 3 kids now. Yeah, 3? Little Johnny Robert was born last month, named after his great-grandpa and his dad. The tradition continues. Pedro's bigger now, 7 years old. Already reads by himself. Joe's talkative, 5 years old. Never stops asking questions. Helena is crawling everywhere. 1.5 years old. Gets into everything. Little Johnny Robert is sleeping most of the time. 2 months old. Looks like an angel. The house is small for all these people, but nobody complains. Michael's building 2 more bedrooms in the back for when the kids get bigger, for when I get older and need more help. Reunited family, we plan everything together now. Renovations, trips, the future, like families do. Alice comes for lunch, brings her new boyfriend. At 65, she found love again. It's never too late. She always says she's right. I found out it's never too late for family either. We barbecue in the backyard. Kids play on the apple tree. Claudia nurses the baby. Michael takes care of the meat. I take care of everyone, and everyone takes care of me. Afternoon, we sit in the living room. Michael gets his guitar that used to be Charles's, plays songs he liked. Kids sing off-key. I cry laughing from happiness, from gratitude. When it gets dark, Michael calls me to the backyard. Want to show you something? Takes me to the apple tree. There's a small plaque nailed to the trunk. Charles Silva, 1950-2020, father, husband, grandfather of the heart, brought people together with love. I cry again. Always cry, but now it's good crying. Crying from someone who is loved, from someone who knew how to love, from someone who's still learning. Michael hugs me. Thank you for accepting me in your family. Mom, I correct him for the last time. Accept you. You accepted me in yours. We laugh together, like father and mother do, like family does. That night, after everyone's asleep, I sit on the porch one more time, look at the full house, hear the sounds of people breathing peacefully. Think about Charles, about the life we lived, about the life we built without knowing, about the life that continues even after we're gone. Everything worked out, love. I tell the stars, our family is complete. stars in the sky and I sleep smiling because I learned that real love doesn't die. It multiplies